Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
Tonight, Shauna's got a double blind put together for me. I have no idea what we're having, and she will not give me any hints.
Sure won't.
So if you stick around just a minute, we'll be right back with what we've got going on. Welcome back, everybody.
So, what I have lined up for you tonight, it's just a two taster.
Just two.
Sunday night, you know.
Easy.
Sunday
wrapping
night,
up the
yeah.
weekend.
Wrapping up the weekend.
Been a big weekend.
Had a great time. My son came home from Florida just for like a one day thing. Had a great time hanging out.
He came in
late Friday.
Late Friday night, yep.
So what I have lined up for us is a double blind for you. I obviously know what these are. I remember the order, everything like that. Completely transparent. However, they are very similar whiskeys.
Whiskeys, okay.
And so I just would like to discuss them, see what you think, and then I will show you and the viewers what they are.
So the first thing, before we ever even touch them, there's an obvious color difference to me.
Yeah, I can see that just a little bit.
Number one is much lighter than number two.
Yeah, I wouldn't say much lighter. I'd say number two's a hint
I would say
darker.
number one has more of a, it's not a beer, but it has more of a light beer hue to it, where number two is more golden color.
Yeah.
Okay. These always make me nervous because I never know what she's doing to me.
I will tell you, it is something we've talked about. But we talk about a lot of things.
Have we had these?
I have not had both of them.
Okay, but I have, apparently.
I think you have, but maybe not. Pretty sure you have.
It's sweet, whatever that is. I don't really see any legs yet. Yeah, they're starting to present themselves.
So this one on the nose for me, like you said, very sweet, hint of spice. I'm picking up caramel though. Nice nose, honestly, very nice nose.
It's pleasant, yeah, very, very pleasant. I don't really get anything but sweet off of it.
Enters your palate, very light. Then the spices
Really light,
come.
yeah,
The spices come, the sweetness comes. The sweetness and the spice right there all at once.
I've got a little bit of a, as Mark would say, got a little bit of a hug at the end of it. Just a little, right down in here.
The finish was kind of died. There wasn't a whole lot of finish on it.
On my palate, I didn't get much finish at all. It was after it went down, I got that.
Yeah, could have been that chicken, buffalo chicken
Could
sandwich.
have been the buffalo chicken we had at lunch, yeah.
Overall, a nice pour.
It is, it really is. It's pleasant. Could definitely, I don't know what it is, but could definitely have a pour of that. Very enjoyable.
Second taste, I'm getting like a little bit of citrus to go along with the spices that hit. Of course, that sweetness of the vanilla. But the finish just kind of goes away. It's great. It first enters great. The taste is great,
Yeah.
but the finish just kind of dies.
So the second sip for me, I had a lot more spice on the palate. Cinnamon, I think. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon in there with it. But like you said, it just kind of fades out and goes away. There's not any lasting effect to it. It doesn't linger.
Right. But it's still a good pour.
It's good when it's there,
Yeah.
but then it's gone.
Yeah. I would drink this.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. If you poured it for me, I would drink it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have any idea what that is, but I like it.
Yeah. Number 2?
So number 2, this is the darker, more rich appearing.
Nice nose. Again, it's a spicy nose.
That thing doesn't stick on the glass at all, really. And you're getting spice.
I am getting spice. A little bit of vanilla, hints of vanilla. I think a little bit of citrus on it, like more of the orange citrus on this one. But definitely the spice.
That's a rye. As soon as it hit, it's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just really presented itself. Kind of an explosion almost.
Oh, the spices.
Spices, yeah, it's
The first thing I got on my palate was the char. A heavy oak char.
oak, yeah, definitely oak,
And
definitely
then
char.
it followed by the spice that you mentioned. Mm-hmm. But again, the finish kind of
This.
died for me.
It doesn't linger long. However, it's a lot more on the palate at first, this darker, richer one, than this one. This was pleasant, and it had a lot of the same characteristics. A lot lower key, though. Like they were a lot more mild over here than they are over here. These are bold.
Bringing this up to my nose again the second time around. Still getting the spice. But I don't know if it's just because it's in my mind, the heavy char that I got, but I can smell the char this time when I brought it up to my nose.
Just there's all kind of spice on the nose of that. It's not an in your face. It's not like a burn, or it just doesn't present itself as definitely nothing sweet.
No, but second time around, I'm getting those citrus flavors. Looking through the char and the spices, I'm getting the citrus flavor. And this time it is lingering with the spice. The spice is hanging on my tongue. Just
Yeah.
a lightness.
Yeah, kind of.
It lingered a little, the finish lingered a little bit longer this time.
Yeah, I'd say probably a good bit longer compared to that one.
I like both of them.
They are both good pours. They are. This is more of a, I won't call it a dessert pour. It's because it doesn't present itself.
It's a little bit sweeter than this one.
It is, but it doesn't have the characteristics that I would call a dessert pour. However, it's definitely a lot milder.
So which one did you like better?
I definitely number 2.
You like number 2 better?
I like 2 better.
Did you like number 2 a lot better than number
Yeah.
1?
Yeah,
A
I
lot
like
better?
2 a lot better. It's more complex. I know we talk about complex a lot. And not necessarily in the fact that there's a lot more flavor there. What is there is a lot more prominent. I mean, it really presents itself. So complex maybe isn't the right word, but
Yeah, no, I get it. So number 2 is the one I have not had before.
okay.
I would say I like both of these. If you're going to give them to me, I will drink either one, honestly. However, number 2 had more of that oak presence that I
Which is
really enjoy.
That's your flavor.
I do love the oak flavor. And it had the spices, and it had the little bit of citrus hint in it, and the finish was a little bit longer for me. So number 2 is definitely my pick for those reasons. Now, again, I would drink number 1 too. I liked both. Are you ready to see what these are?
I am. Number 1 is just a different. It's just a different presentation. If whatever these are, if I had a newbie, I would steer them this way, probably. The characteristics are really similar, but these are just a lot lighter.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't get the hug, the Kentucky hug, like you mentioned, on either of them. They were both flavorful to me, though.
Oh yeah, they're both good. They really are. This one though
It had more.
has more of that.
More flavor.
I don't know what they are. I don't know where they stand. This is more characteristic of that higher proof that we both like. And maybe I can tell by your face you're going to trick me on this, but that's what I get.
Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you what these are. So number one, the first one, as you can see, we're almost out of,
Oh wow!
is the Bulleit Rye 95,
Wow!
which is 95%
Got a feeling
rye,
I know what number 2 is.
5% molded barley, non-age dated, $26.99.
$26.99.
Yeah. Now, Bryan and I use the Bulleit Rye a lot in our cocktails, a lot. As you all know, if you watch the show, Bryan is a huge Bulleit fan, loves Bulleit, and the rye is great in cocktails. It's a great pour as well. And so we love bourbon. We love it. But we love it. But we also like rye. We didn't know we liked rye until we started, but we both like that spiciness of rye.
Well, to be fair, we didn't like rye.
Because it was so hot when we weren't used to drinking.
When we started and we were lower proof drinkers,
Yes.
And if you've drank rye, you know, I think you probably know what we mean. This is not high proof.
No.
This is 90
is.
proof.
Yep.
And this today presents itself as 90 proof or maybe even lower as far as presentation goes. However, that heat, that burn is kind of something that we've really welcomed
Yeah.
since we started our journey, and I knew that was going to be it.
So our second one is the Bulleit Rye 95, aged 12 years, that they just released last month. I think it was early last month.
My understanding is that's a limited release.
It is a limited release. They released it first in 2019, and they either discontinued it, or at that time it was a limited release as well. Well, they brought it back out this year, 2024.
So I was going to say, you said 2019. I didn't remember seeing that last year, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it hasn't been out
So
since
it's been
2019.
away. It's been away for 5 years.
Yep. So 5 years later, they bring out this, and in the press release, they also stated that this, it is age stated as 12 years, but it does have up to 17 years of aged whiskey in it.
So it's kind of a blend?
The barrels, some of the barrels that
Okay,
they
okay.
put in this is aged up to 17 years.
I got
Okay.
you.
So again, it is a limited release. It is actually, where this one's 90, the regular Bulleit 95, this is actually 92 proof. Only
Okay.
2 proof points more.
I didn't realize it was
Yep.
even higher proof.
Just 2 proof points. So basically the same.
Do you have the retail number on that? I
Yes.
know I picked it up. I think it was
So
59.
that is why I was asking how much you really liked it, because this is $26.99 and this is $54.99, so double the price. And so I was trying to get out of you if it was worth double the price.
You know what? I feel it is.
Yeah.
I really do. And that's not always the case. I mean, we don't always say, oh yeah, that's worth more. It's more money. It's worth it.
Right.
We don't always say that. But I feel that is. I mean, if you really like a rye, you get rye here. I got rye. Once I had this, I could go back and get rye flavor out of that.
Right. But when you had this one, you knew it was a rye.
Oh yeah, immediately.
When you had number 1, you didn't know it was a rye.
Nope. I did.
Both of them are the Bulleit 95. So that is 95% rye, 5% malted barley.
Yep.
So they're both the same. One's just aged longer.
It's phenomenal, really, in my opinion. For a low cost rye, not really high proof. You know, we've got higher proof ryes.
Yeah, we do.
We've got higher proof ryes that are not as good as that. We have higher proof ryes that are maybe a little better than that, but they also cost a little more than that.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so.
Both of them are very drinkable. I really enjoy both of them.
Oh yeah, drinkable for sure. Yeah, you could pour me either one, and I'm going to be happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if I wasn't. I would definitely be happy with that if I wasn't comparing it to this.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
That's a great little blind. I appreciate that. We don't always get to do that kind of thing because it's just here, and we haven't had that very long. So it's not that we don't like it.
Well,
because it's
this is
full.
the first night I've had it.
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
No, I liked it. I think you and the guys had it on the last live. When maybe it wasn't in the lineup. Maybe you guys had it after the show.
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
sure.
think we had it in the live because that's way too low cost for Mark. He'd have been like, it's Family Dollar stuff. I don't want that.
That's not true. Mark would have drank it. Quit picking on Mark.
Mike would drink it.
I don't know.
I think he
He's a
would.
little bougie.
Well, he is bougie, but it's liquor. All you have to do is say it's liquor. Okay, so I think we're going to try to get back one more time midweek. We're
Yep.
going to try.
Yes,
We do have another live coming up.
we do. Friday night.
Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is going to be another bottle giveaway. You'll have to be present on the live to win.
Yep.
I thought we were going to know what that bottle is.
Didn't
We had a
work
little
out for
hiccup
us
today.
Yeah.
Maybe we drug our feet here, didn't get here quick enough. Something's going to happen though. We'll definitely have a bottle that we'll give away Friday night. Have to be present. It'll be a great time. Lots of laughs. I think I can announce that we're going to have Mike join us again.
Yep. And Mark will be here.
Mark will be here.
He may not be able to participate,
May or
but
may
he
not
will be here
Yes, he'll be behind the bar,
to ag on Mike.
adding the comedy to the segment.
Yeah.
So,
it'll be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. So until later this week when we come back with another show, thank you guys for joining us. Hope you had a great weekend. And until next time, be safe, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.